It's a bit warm.
So we will be recording this meeting, as you can see today. So that's just a little bit of a reminder. If you didn't want your face to be shown on the recording, feel free to chuck yourself on hidden camera now. I'm going to pass over to Phil to kick us off today.
Thank you very much, Megan. I'd like to welcome everybody that's present with us today. I acknowledge the Kulin Nation as the traditional custodians of the land on which the city of Wyndham sits, which is where I am at this point in time. I pay my respects to the wisdom and diversity of past and present elders and thank them for these lands. For those of you that know Wyndham, you would be familiar with the Werribee River. The name Werribee originated from the Aboriginal name for the Werribee River being Werribee Yallup, and apologies if I didn't quite get that pronunciation correct. But Werribee, meaning backbone or spine in the Wathaurong and the Bunurong language. I believe that the river at Werribee was a place of much activity and many gatherings. And then thinking of a place for activity and gatherings, that seemed so fitting for the launch of the AAA Play website today. At RecLink, our mission is that everyone gets to participate. We know that being active through sports programs brings with it physical and mental health benefits, but it also brings with it a range of other benefits in community connections, in being part of a team, and also in the contribution that you can make to your community. Sorry for that little lapse there. We at RecLink and through AAA Play are encouraging as many people as possible to get active, get involved and be connected. The AAA Play website serves as an important space for many people to discover what facilities and opportunities are available to them. The website specialises in connecting people with disabilities to sporting opportunities and through that improve their well-being. My thanks and congratulations to the AAA Play team that has worked so diligent on this project. I thank you for all the endeavours that you've put in and the benefits that it will bring to many people in our community. And now it's my pleasure to introduce the Honourable Luke Donnellan, the member for Narre Warren North, representing the Australian Labor Party, and also in the context of this launch today, the Minister for Child Protection and the Minister for Disability, Ageing and Carers. Thank you for joining us, Minister Donnellan. I'll leave it with you now.
Thanks, Phil. Thank you very much. I'd like to acknowledge also that Dave is sick today, so hopefully he's feeling a bit better tomorrow, but thank you very much, Phil, for the introduction. I'd firstly like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land upon which we're meeting today. I pay my respects to their elders past, present and emerging, acknowledge them as the longest living civilisation in the world and how fortunate we are to be meeting on their lands. Look, it's great. I've sort of just going to relate a little bit to my local area. I've been very fortunate. I've had a local soccer club called Doveton Special Soccer School there for 23 years, which has serviced Emerson Special School and a whole lot of other communities. And what I guess the first soccer match I ever went to, it just highlighted to me the utter joy and the professionalism and just the support from parents that were there with the first match I ever went to about probably 20 years ago. And it made you cry because it was just the thrill of actually playing sport, genuinely participating fully and being included in the community. And I think it was the minister at the time was Cheryl Garbett, so it's a long time ago. I'm an old chook now. I've been in Parliament far too long. But the importance of getting accessibility to it, the importance of being able to get there, the importance of being able to participate fully. And I guess this is what excites me about this website that you've worked on through RecLink and the AAA Play team, along with Sport and Recreation Victoria. I think for me, whether it be the accessibility through different languages, and we've got, I'm down in the city of Casey, guess what, I'm next door to Dandenong, 220 different nationalities. And what COVID highlighted, we all had to work harder to reach out, and that's what you've done. So you've actually put in Vietnamese, Mandarin, Arabic, Somali, as well as English, to make it a little bit easier for people to access it. So that's just so important. Improved colour contrast, font, and overall website accessibility, which actually affects me, to be blunt, at night, because my eyesight goes terribly and I can't read anything properly. But, you know, the importance of actually recognising not an aging 50-year-old who won't wear glasses, that's irrelevant. That's just a silly minister of the government. It's more a matter of ensuring that other people can access it and be able to be truly accessible, not just a half-hearted effort. So that's bloody mother. 627 clubs and community-based activities, 128 leisure centres, all saying we're going to support, we're going to provide accessibility, and so forth. That's really what this is all about. We know the benefits of sport. Look, you know, I'm a grumpy old bugger. If I don't run every morning, I'm really grumpy when I get into the office, and guess what? The staff can just tell I should have gone for my run instead of actually sat still in the morning. You know, and that applies to all of us. I've got a young gentleman living with me at the moment who's potentially could have gone into youth justice. And as I said to him, the best thing you can do each morning is get out there and do some exercise, because guess what? You'll feel a lot bloody better every day. If you're up early, you're doing a bit of exercise. Now, that's very easy for me to say that to him, because accessibility is not an issue. He can run around the oval. But that's really what the work you've done with this website is: provide greater accessibility. And that's just so essential. Everybody deserves the chance to give it a go. Doesn't matter what sport. We can modify it, we can vary it, we can change it, but it's the participation, the linkages, the friendships, the support from one another, support from carers to one another, to share experiences and so forth. But sport brings people together. And I'm not a sports nut, but I can see it as a marvellous tool for what it does for our community and our social activities. So I just really wanted to say, you're doing what we would like to do in our new state disability plan. You've made it more accessible. That's what we need to do, have more people participating in more things. And this is, you know, one of these tools which you've developed, which is second to none. So I want to congratulate RecLink. I want to congratulate Sport and Rec Victoria. I'm just the minister who does the song and the dance routine at the end, so I'm a little bit irrelevant to the exercise. It's all the marvellous work that everybody else has done to really make sure that we can reach out to further, to have more people participating in sport and social activities, enjoying one another's company. And really, well done. I can't, you know, the fact I just have to make sure, to be blunt, that my local soccer school has registered for that, because they've been around for far too long and haven't been, you know, and if they're not registered, I'll tell them to get their bums into gear and register straight away, because that has been a marvellous soccer school in my local area. And just the way it moved me, the first match I went down there, just highlighted the importance of inclusiveness, accessibility, and what sports does for people. So I've been told now I better hand over to Ryan O'Neill, CEO of 10-Pin Bowling Australia, before I talk for far too long. But congratulations, and thank you very much, Phil and Dave, for having me, I guess, come along and do a little song and dance routine. Greatly appreciated.
Thank you, Minister Donnell, and thank you for those words.
Thanks, Phil. Thanks, Minister Donnellan, as well. And look, it's a shame that we couldn't be physically there, because I would have loved to have seen you on the lanes bowling a ball down. But yes, look, firstly, thanks for the invitation. I'd like to also acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which we are gathered here. For me, it's the Bunurong people, and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. Look, I guess a couple of real quick thank yous. I'd like to echo the Minister's comments on RecLink. I mean, for me and someone who's been connected through my local area with RecLink in the past, you guys have got a heart of gold, and you've done a wonderful job, Megan, Phil, and please pass on to Dave all the work you've done here. We as 10-Pin Bowling Australia, you know, I guess I'm biased, but I feel we've got one of the most inclusive sports going around. Whether you're 5 or 95 years old, we really are a sport for longevity. And one of the key aspects to 10-Pin Bowling has been the ability for us to provide opportunities for people who have either a physical or intellectual disability. 10% of our 25,000 members identify with some support, and we provide that day in, day out. I'm really pleased. Probably one of our key community organisations and centres in Explosions in Melton would have been hosting this. So to Lisa, to Justin and Melissa, you guys do a wonderful job as a business that offers community opportunity. And for me, your support of getting children and adults bowling and providing an inclusive environment is just so important. You're doing a great thing by the broader community. So thank you very much. And again, whilst we would have loved to have been there in person, we can do that virtually another time and hopefully get down there and have a bowl. Look, finally from me, thank you again to the Victorian Government, whether it be through the department or through your office, Minister Denellen. Your support of community sport and particularly the disability sector is really vital. It provides great opportunity for us to be able to engage and connect participants and their carers in a social, safe environment. Tenpin bowling, as I said, I've been here moving from cricket days into tenpin bowling now for 9 months, and I couldn't have imagined the amount of smiles on faces that I see through the programs that we run. So thank you, everyone, and well done again to AAA and RecLink for all your work.
Thanks again, Rowan, also for your words, and Rowan and Minister Denellen, those words, activity, inclusion, access, that's what we're all about. This is what is driving forward, and thank you for your support and those positive words. I'll hand over to Megan now for, I think, opening up the site to everyone to get onto.
Oh golly, that makes it sound far more grandiose than it is, Phil. But thank you so much again, everyone. If I haven't met you personally, my name's Megan Stevens, and I am a recent addition to the AAA team. Many of you will remember Laura, who's gone off to have her second child. We wish her all the best with that. Look, as Rowan said, we were hoping to be able to do this in person today and have a bowl on the lanes. And I would, again, just like to acknowledge and thank Explosions for being so wonderful in offering to host that. Unfortunately, it hasn't come off, but again, they play host to some wonderful programs that support a lot of people with disability to be active, and it's wonderful to see. I'd just like to thank everyone for their kind words and support in celebrating this website and all the new features that it's able to offer. As someone who has worked in this industry for a while, being both internal and external to the organisation, I can say this is just such a wonderful feature that we can offer people in Victoria, and I really appreciated it from both sides. To sort of wrap up, I guess, I'd just like to thank Minister Denellen for coming today and offering his time. And I know this is an area he's obviously very passionate about, so appreciate your time. Rowan, as well, for yourself, Tenpin Bowling Australia has been a huge support in making sure that your content is up to date, that we've got as many relevant opportunities as possible for people coming in, and we've really appreciated you, as well as all the other sports who've made the website what it is. Without your help, we couldn't have all the activities we've got up there today. So to mark the occasion of the website now officially being launched, we've got a little bit of a competition running, and you will be able to head over to our Facebook page to see the details for that later today. But without spoiling it too much, we've created a little bit of a scavenger hunt to encourage people to go to the little nooks and crannies of the website and use some of the features. So you'll be able to complete that scavenger hunt and go into the draw to win either a $100 e-gift card or a couple of RecLink prize packs, which includes these very cool hoodies that I'm modelling here today. So I promise I'm not just wearing a black hoodie for a very auspicious launch. There was a purpose behind it. But yeah, look, without further ado, I'd just like to pronounce the website open and thank everyone again for coming. Thank you so much, everyone. Look, if you'd like to stick around to have a chat, I'll stay on for about 10 minutes. Feel free to stay on.